opportunities that we have created as Indians. Yeah.
I think one area that we should actually look at it is, and I make this statement. I make this statement a lot of times. I think the biggest mistake we as hoteliers do is we sell rooms, and that's the biggest mistake. Don't sell rooms. Okay, we have all been stuck in four walls and a ceiling for 2 years. Okay, I don't want to spend $10,000 to go and stay in a room which is four walls and a ceiling. If I'm doing a staycation, I want to have an experience which is different.
Talking about customer behavior, if you compare during the pandemic and right now, what are your thoughts on that?
STR CoStar published Feb 2022 report. Number one is value for money. So I always tell people, guys, you know what? Apple phone costs 1.3 lakhs. That also only makes phone calls. That also only accesses emails. That also does the same social media that an Oppo phone of $10,000 does, or a Samsung phone of $10,000 does, right? But there is a market. Somebody is willing to pay that. Or let's say Mini Cooper and Alto, both are small cars, right? But one is at 2.5 lakhs or 3 lakhs, one is at 10 times that price. Why? Because of the experience, because of the value that you get. So customers are willing to pay the premium, provided you can show the value for that. So I think number one, the customer of today is looking for value. Number two, health and safety. Extremely important. We still have that fear. So it is very important to showcase that health and safety across all platforms. Number three is experiences. So content comes into play out there. Important for them to know what you're offering at the hotel and what more can they do in your hotel or in your location that they can't do in another. I think that is where the biggest changes happen. There has been a lot of change in market segmentation. Social events have taken over, over corporate MICE. There is a different requirement that set of business has over this segment.
If we talk about the consumer behavior, post-COVID, they are moving out into hill stations. They want to explore new areas. They want to go to places like Sindhudurg, which is next to Goa. But if you go to Sindhudurg, you see such a lovely, pristine beaches. I never heard about Sindhudurg. Till the time I started doing study on that. There's a new airport coming up in Sindhudurg. So look at the infrastructure, whatever country is also putting in place to those virgin locations which has never been explored. This is a boom because of the COVID. Post-COVID, people have started doing that study. So they want to move out. They want to spend time with their family. They want to explore places. So this is the consumer behavior just shift which has happened post-COVID.
Absolutely, because you're sitting home and you have an opportunity to be online, explore places online, and plan for yourself post-COVID, and that's what we're witnessing right now.
It was like an eagerness because you have been sitting at home, you are doing your virtual calls, you are doing meetings online. What after that? So it was like out of curiosity, okay, let's explore or find a place where we can move out, where I can drive my car, where COVID restrictions are little, flexible. I just want to move out with my family. The power of technology. So imagine in past 2 years, the amount of internet connections, the amount of bandwidth which has been increased by the operators, internet operators, we wouldn't have imagined the last 10 years. We haven't done that. In the last 2 years, look at the internet connection which has been taken. Look at the amount of gadgets which has been purchased by the Indian household. See the consumer behavior. So everything is correlated, and this is how every industry which is associated with travel and tourism has been benefited because of that.
There's this report of Mary Meeker. Mary Meeker releases this annual internet report. India tops that. We consume the highest bandwidth, and thankfully we have the cheapest bandwidth, right? 10-15 years back, we used to pay a fortune for that 1 GB of data. Today, $150 with Reliance gives you 1 GB a day, right? So data is cheap. Everybody is consuming data. I mean, I have moved out of the traditional TV channels in my house 5 years back, 6 years back. You're talking about the entire gamut of the audience, right from kids to the elder generation, who are all adapted to technology. It's become so easy. So you got to be visible out there online when they are searching for you.
It is again linked to the technology. Today, post-COVID, in the hotel industry, pre-COVID, we used to have a big sales teams. The people used to go out in the field. They used to do the sales calling, and there's a cost associated with that. To have a team of 80 or 100 people on board, to have regional sales offices pan India, it involves a lot of money, right? But post-COVID, the same thing has started happening via technology. So if I talk about OTAs, OTA is something which we have to find a way to benefit from them. So, so OTA, OTA ecosystem is something wherein we can't reach that. As Ram rightly said, they spend billions of dollars on marketing campaigns. Can we do that? No, we can't do that. Whether we are Marriott's or whether we are IHG's or whether whatever brands we are, we can't do that. Look at they invest in big data analytics. They invest huge into that. We can't do that, irrespective how big we are. So OTS demographics is something which we should know how to leverage that. We should know how to benefit that. But yes, there are some checks and balances. What we have to do that. There's a way of conducted business with OTAs. So for a national chain, for a standalone property, or for a global chain, there's a different workings involved with the OTAs, because there are a lot of things goes into that. Your second question was that which you asked Ram, that about the channel manager or channel partner. So this is where the channel partners comes into the picture. It can be a PHG, it can be a World Hotels, it can be any other third party, because the role of channel partner is that to provide the distribution support to the hotels. So there's a way of conducting business. So as a hotelier, as a distribution guy or revenue guy, which Ram is also there, my friend. So we have to understand for every segment, we should earn revenue out of those segments. So OTA is one of the key segments which will remain there. But in today's time, let's not burn your fingers with OTAs. Instead of them, utilize them. How you want to utilize them? I would say it's a company's different ways of conducting business with them. But yes, the OTS ecosystem is going to be there. They are our friends. They are not they are not demons. What it used to be there. It is all about our way of thinking, how we want to run business with them. It's a partnership, I would say that. Because in partnership, see, I can't clap from my one hand. I have to use both my hands, right? So let's marry with them. You echo your concerns with them. I'm sure they will listen to that. Because end of the day, they also want numbers, they want revenues. And for me, I strongly believe if today I have a global OTA partners with me, so I always tell them, boss, your numbers are my numbers. So allow me to help you. Allow me to support you. Because if you generate numbers for me, it's my numbers. And it's a brand direct numbers, I would say that. Yes, in today's every business, there's a cost to do business. So let's not look into that. Because this is an investment and you're getting returns out of the investment. So OTA's demographic has always been a debatable subject. But yes, it's all depends from company to company, chain to chain, how you want to leverage those relationships. Ram, if you want to add.
I think another important thing that we forget about OTAs is the billboard effect. Because again, it's a Google study which has said that over 50% of the audience which visit a OTA ends up visiting the hotel website. Now, what's important is your hotel website geared up to capitalize on that visitor when they come up. A lot of times we fail that because we don't have parity. And by parity, I don't mean rate parity. I mean content parity. I mean value parity. I mean policy parity. If you have a 48 hours cancellation on your website and you have a 6 p.m. cancellation on OTAs, boss, I'm going to book on OTAs. Customers are loyal to brands, but customers are not loyal to channels. Okay? If customers were loyal to channels, you wouldn't have the Amazons and Flipkarts of the world, right? You buy your phones or you buy a dress from Flipkart or Amazon. Why not from that shop? Because it's cheaper out there on Flipkart or Amazon. Sitting at home, you're getting it. Other thing for us to understand as hoteliers, because we are speaking about technology, is digital is one segment that we have as hotels. For OTAs, that is their main segment. So which means they are investing all the resources out there. It is a great opportunity for us to sit back and learn from them. How are they selling my hotel? Get inspired by that, adapt it on your website, on your booking engine, so that give something more. Give a reason for the customer to book direct, which is where I think like with us or with Best Western or with any other player, there is loyalty program, right? Harness the power of loyalty to get the guest direct with you. The first time it's an incremental business, but if the consumer every time books through an OTA, then you have a problem.
Thanks, Ram. Thanks, Sajinder. Now, talking about marketing strategies to strengthen hotel promotions and optimize commission expenses.
Today, marketing activities, irrespective of whatever we are doing, I think the first thing to keep in our mind is a omni-channel strategy, which is omni-channel means it needs to cover the entire gamut. which the customer is looking for you at. The traveler, sorry, is looking for you at. It is because you don't know where they are looking, and it's for us to identify where we are going to invest our this thing. It's very important to also identify who is the traveler that we are looking at, because if is it a corporate traveler who is also looking for leisure, is it a leisure traveler who also wants to do business? If you say that I only want millennials, because there are different kinds of millennials, right? So we need to understand who is the kind of person we want to look at. Then start picking up the channels that you want to do it. We were speaking about marketing, etc. Now I'll just take a step outside the entire thing to turn around and say, hey, you know what? I use Cred. For the simple reason that I get some fabulous deals both on travel. I get deals which is better than friends and family rates for many of the hotels. Okay, on Cred Travel. I'm not promoting them because they're friends or anything, but because is that an avenue you have looked at to let go of inventory during some of your need period? Okay, there is a lot of similar opportunities. Your website is one of your biggest marketing opportunity. Have you even used that real estate on your website by showcasing your product? In the majority of the cases, if you look at a standalone hotel, the online presence is totally different from what the physical product is. It's so boring to have a look at some of those websites which are with images which are 10 years back. The landscaping has changed so much, but the images are still the old images. The booking engine is dated. It is not responsive. I look at it on my phone, I have to zoom in, zoom out. It's not responsive. So, your marketing strategy needs to encompass everything. Your technology basket needs to be updated today, because things have changed so much. And earlier we used to say we have a mobile strategy, then it became a mobile first strategy. Now it is a mobile primary strategy, because mobile is your primary device, right? People are shopping out here. At least in the last 2 years, we have all become addicted to this rectangle piece sitting out here. I think that is where your marketing strategy needs to be focused on. What is your customer? What platform is the customer sitting on? What device is the customer sitting on? And from there, start focusing there. Is it social? Social. If you're targeting millennials, I think Facebook should never be on a strategy. Because I look at my son. He's in college, right? Those guys are on Snap. They are not using Facebook. Okay, so it's of no use looking at Facebook as a strategy. Insta could be a strategy for travel inspiration. Are you a product which has enough stories? If all you're going to be saying is, look, my rooms are cheap, come and buy me at $5,000, Insta is not a channel for you. You need to store inspirational stories out there. Why should I come and have a holiday in that destination or at your hotel? So marketing is that end action that we do, but before that there is so much we have to identify before we do that. I don't know if there is more points.
No, completely agree with you, Ram, what you said. In marketing, it's a very broader subject. As you rightly said, when we talk about millennials, it's one of the target audience. So first we need to identify the target audience, then we need to identify for which location we want to do that marketing. And today, the marketing may be a very small word, but if you see that, today's marketing has also been evolved. If I talk about travel and tourism segment today, people get influenced more to the bloggers. They get influenced to the vloggers. They get influenced by reels. They get influenced by the video reels rather than static content. So gone are those days when we used to look at the a physical ad which is on the piece of paper. Today we have our smartphones. We see a lot of marketings coming up there. But today the marketing has changed into a video marketing. The content has been now something which you experience that. Look at the metaverse which is there now. Look at the 3D marketing which has started. So marketing has evolved now, right? So marketing is definitely something which is very critical for any industry. But the basics will remain same, that we need to understand what are the target audience and for which region or a location we want to do the marketing.
Thank you very much for such a great content. In fact, yeah, it's time to identify area of opportunities. Definitely, we understand where the opportunity lies, but that's something that's we will have to figure a way out. Definitely, together. Thank you very much, Sajinder. Thanks, Ram, for accompanying us.